mid-August, about 100 degrees outside, and Northern California is on fire. Myself and about 16 other people are standing in formation out in the sun, and it is hot. I can feel the sweat beating up on my head. We're all waiting in kind of a nervous anticipation on what the day's going to bring. There's a shockingly loud shout from a man that sounds like the drill instructor from Full Metal Jacket.
I will PT you all until you die!
And we're off and running laps. It's probably a combination of the heat, the smoky air, and just the heat radiating off that blacktop. But it doesn't take more than a few laps and I'm feeling sick already. But stopping is not an option. After a quick water break, we're in the gym. You guessed it, running laps. Then it's bear crawls and crab crawls, and I'm just thinking, when does the sloth crawl start? You know? Meanwhile, sweat is pouring off my head at this point. There's not a lot of time for thinking though, because next up is, I think it's called the 5-way bodybuilder. I don't know if you've ever heard of those before, but after a dozen or so of the 5-way bodybuilders, you're wishing you could just do burpees. And it's a sad state when you wish you could do burpees. Do you know what I'm saying? That's hellacious. After a quick meal break, you guessed it, we're back in the gym and we're running more laps. This time though, we have to holler out the phonetic alphabet while being pummeled with a medicine ball. And don't drop that medicine ball. If you drop the ball, we all pay. Some people had a big lunch while they were out, and they decided it was a good idea to share with us and show us what they ate. Luckily, they made it through the glass doors and let it rip all over the concrete outside, so at least we didn't have to have the full barf experience. That was a grueling day. And before it was up, we got to do push-ups. Lots and lots of push-ups. Over the next couple months, there were several more days just like that one. And that's when everything changed for me. It started about a 3-year journey for me, filled with physical therapy, various treatment plans, and so many appointments. Good Lord. But they all led me to this moment. So I'm having surgery. They're going to repair this rotator cuff. There's a torn rotator cuff, and it's part of the bicep is detached, I guess, and it's flopping around. So they're going to do a surgery to fix the rotator cuff. Then they're going to make some slice, screw a plastic screw into the bone to try to reattach the muscle to the bone. And I offered to 3D print the screws, but the surgeon says they have it under control. But it's kind of strange. He said those screws are just going to stay in there. And I guess the muscle will start to grow around the screws. I'm not sure. The screws aren't the end result though. That is just, I guess, to promote the muscle to start growing back onto the bone and reattach itself. Fingers crossed that works. The surgeon also told me 4 to 6 months I would be back to normal life. That's kind of a problem. I like doing reviews and I just am constantly printing things. You know, I kind of need both arms to do all those things. But Miss Filament Factory did offer to be my extra set of hands while I'm in recovery. I'm not sure she knows exactly what she signed up for. But hey, she is willing, she's very intelligent, but she's not a mechanical person. So we'll see how this works out. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think she'll enjoy it too. I think she's going to learn a lot. So I came up with this great plan. I'm going to build a Voron. I'm going to break down the build process into a few different videos to make it easy to digest, and then just release them after surgery. That way there's still content coming out. If you saw the last video, you saw those boxes sitting on my desk. I'm very excited. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. So let's get right into it. We're going to build a Voron Trident. Before we even get started on this, I just want to mention this. Vision Minor nanopolymer adhesive. Have you guys used this stuff before? This stuff is freaking amazing. Now before this, I would use glue stick, and you know, it kind of gets like lumpy in areas, and I would always worry, like, is that gonna flatten out? And I think it does. I think it flattens out, but what a hassle. So What I did, you can see here, I just took this and I kind of drizzled it across the entire build plate. And I did this for the Cheedy Plus 4 and the Core 1. Those were the two printers I used to print this stuff out. And let me tell you, I covered the entire plate on both of them, and I printed all of this, all this, all this, I mean, everything, right? I'm kind of doing this white and black theme on this Voron. I think it's going to look pretty cool. But the point is that I got all these parts done. I covered 2 full build plates. The Cheedy is like a 300 by 300. And look at this. There's hardly any missing out of here. It's above the label still. That is pretty impressive. This stuff's gonna last a long time. Now, Vision Miner did not sponsor this video. I did get a discount on that, but that's not why I'm saying what I'm saying about it. This stuff is fantastic. Literally, all these parts, not one lift, no warping. That's pretty impressive. I do have a couple good machines on the job, but still, you'd think there would be something that warped. In fact, all this, I did all this and still, I mean, plates and plates and plates. And then I did these little bitty pieces, little thin pieces. Nothing warped. It's amazing. I'm never going back. This is it. And I don't know, this might last a lifetime, this big bottle. Anyways, I'm very impressed with it. This is a lot of printed parts to not have any failures. Check this out. It's just like anything else though. I mean, it is super adhesive, but then I pulled the plate out. Hear that cracking? That's the part releasing, just like normal. So it has super strong adhesive while it's being printed. Then as soon as it starts cooling down, it releases. Freaking fantastic. Get you some of that. Now let's get into the unboxing. As you can see, the packages showed up okay. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to show you an entire unboxing of a Voron. But look at how these rails showed up. I want to show you this real quick. I think that could have been shipped a lot better than that. And then on further inspection, they're actually chipped up. But it gets a little worse than that. No, this one's not bad. That may be the best one. This is the one that's worst. Well, that's an unexpected turn of events there. The frame's bent, or twisted, or both, I don't know. The company was great about it. They offered to overnight a new frame. The problem I have is my timeline is so tight, and I knew it was going to be a tight timeline before I started. I just do not have any time for delays. So I found that the frame was bent last night. Today, by the time I got a hold of them, it was afternoon, their time. They're going to overnight it. That means we're looking at another 2 days until it gets here. I don't have that much time. So I came up with this crazy plan. I got on Facebook and I found a Voron Trident 250 completely built. And that is actually the size I wanted to start with, but it was sold out at the place I was looking. Actually, I looked all over the place and I couldn't find one. I'm gonna buy this Voron Trident. Looks like it's a complete printer. The guy says it works. So I'm gonna run down to the Bay Area, pick it up, and a few hours later, I should have a working printer at my house tonight. I live just outside of Sacramento, and I'm gonna run down to the Bay Area. I think it's gonna take me about 2 hours each direction. And I'm gonna take Miss FF and our dog along for the ride. So that means, you know, there's gonna be coffee breaks, a meal break in between. So this might be a 6-hour trip. Either way, there should be a running printer right here on the desk tonight.
Where are we going?
Redwood City.
How long till we get there?
Finally made it all the way down to Redwood City. And would that take about 2 hours? Almost 3 hours. But that's with the coffee break. So I'm sure this is going to be quite the journey by the time we're done.
That's really
But
why I'm here.
moral support.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry.
And she's paying.
Oh.
So
I didn't know that was part of the deal.
I think that's our guy.
For the coffee.
I think that's him. That was our guy, and this is my new printer. After a quick meal break, we hit the road. Frisco is absolutely beautiful at night, and I really like this newer section of the Bay Bridge. At nighttime, it looks great. This is it. This is the Voron I bought, and I'm pretty happy with it. Let's run it through a couple test prints and see where it's at though. This first layer is strange. It's very rippled. It looks like a washboard kind of. I've never seen anything like this. And this benchy, oof, it's rougher than a stucco bathtub. Let's start with the fact that you cannot buy a complete Voron printer from a store. You have to build it. And it said that you don't build a Voron, you build your Voron. And this Voron is not mine. This is what somebody else built. This was someone else's Voron, and it's not my style. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to talk crap about somebody else's build quality or their styling or the way they put this together. I'm sure this guy did this to the best of his knowledge, and I'm pretty sure this is exactly what he wanted, and it's great for him. Just for me, I need to make it my Voron. I'd bet you that when I'm done, a lot of you won't like what I've done either, but it's my style. I tend to like things flat black, monolithic looking, with subtle color here and there that doesn't really interfere or break maybe a certain line that you're looking at or following. I like accent colors to be used very sparsely. This printer does have a couple issues though that we're going to talk about. Then there's some things I just don't like and I want to change or do different, like the color. Please don't take this as me nitpicking or tearing down someone else's work. That's not what I want to do here. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm only showing you what I see and what I need to and or want to change. And honestly, the printer works right now. When I'm done with it, it might not even work. I don't know. Let's take a closer look. The first problem right away is the fan on the left side of the tool head is not working. At this point of the print, the fans are set at 100% and only the right side is working. This probably explains why this benchy is so ugly. Next up is this light across the front. I am happy that the printer has a light. I hate lights that reflect back in your face. That light has to get dealt with. These next bits are really just personal preference. I really don't like how big the bezel is around the touchscreen. I also don't like those massive chunky handles that are on top of the printer. Next up, the panel clips. I really like the Annex Engineering panel clips, but the ones on this printer are some remixed version and they are massive. Why are they so big? Why do panel clips need to be that big? So those have to go. I'll be replacing those with the Annex Engineering clips that I've already printed, and they are, surprise, all black. Then we move to the back of the printer. I do not like the fan mounted on the back. I guess it's supposed to filter the air out or something, but inside of it is just like a sponge. Like, what does that do anyways? And then the wire hanging down the back. I really don't like loose wires hanging on the back of the printer like that. So we're doing away with all of that. Then there's the wiring. Oh boy. I really don't like that you can see this loose bundle of wires. That needs to get covered or wrapped in something. I do not want to see the individual wires in that. And this here, I really don't like loose wires running up and down the frame like that. That and the orange accent clips, again, for me, I'm gonna do those in all black. I want the clips to blend in and not be seen. And the mini bento, that is a goner. I think I'm gonna just do the fans underneath the bed. Under the deck lid, oof, more wiring issues. It's not very easy to make this electronics bay look nice. I totally get that, but I have to try to clean it up as much as I can. There's a few things I really don't like. I don't see any glaring safety issues. I really just don't like how it looks, especially this. Was there a fire in here? I don't know. I think what happened is the guy heated something up to cut this plastic wire channel down instead of just snipping it. But it threw me for a loop there. I ended up hunting around and I don't see anything else melted or that looks like it was exposed to heat. So I'm pretty sure that's what he did, was just heated something up to cut that. But man, when I first saw that, it freaked me out. I'm not 100% sure what this is, if it was self-sourced or a kit, because it has LDO Nighthawk. This is the LDO cable. It's got the Nighthawk board here, and it has the rest of it up on the tool head. So I'm not sure what this is. As we do the teardown, you come across all kinds of things like this. This is just the run-of-the-mill hackery. You see it all the time, but every time I see stuff like this, it always makes me cringe a little bit. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be centered, and it's loose. We know that. It's loose on the back also, it's not tight. The bed, all of it, every corner is loose. This one is the best, but this side is really bad in the back. And it kind of moves around a little bit. So let's see, I measured it and it is not the same. That's 20.45. That's 15.4. I'll move it this way a few millimeters if it's supposed to be centered. Maybe there's some reason it sits off to that side. I don't know. Before we go over the things I've changed, I do want to point out one thing I saw that was very disturbing. Why is this belt upside down? Who does that? This is the first thing we're fixing. All right, let's go over what I've done. As you can see, I put the front doors on. It's actually a complete printer at this point. Then I got rid of all the orange that I didn't like. Many of you probably think it looks so boring and plain now. And I guess it does, but that's how I like it. That's what makes this my Voron. I did put a trimmed down bezel around the touchscreen. And I did add a hint of white at the front of the printer, and I threw in a little LDO logo in there. I don't know or think this is an LDO kit. I'm not 100% sure what it is. It does have LDO parts on it, so it gets the LDO logo. I think it looks good. And I tidied up this wiring as much as I could. I'll do a little more in the future. I mean, I'm not done with it yet, but for now, I think I'm off to a really good start. All that's the easy stuff though. Does it still print? Well, it does print. And as you can see here, the print quality is a solid mediocre at best. It's got some issues. I still don't have that fan turning. I don't know what the deal is with that. I know I didn't fix it. It did complete this print though. Shortly after that, it clogged. So I wasn't able to try the first layer test now that the bed's all tightened down because the nozzle clogged, and I've been trying to get it unclogged, but I got frustrated. So I'm pretty sure I'm just going to remove that dragon burner. I mean, I don't do a lot of PLA printing anyways. So do I need a dragon burner? No. I'm going to switch it up to just a stealth burner. I love the way the stealth burner looks. I already have everything printed for the stealth burner. So I'm just going to pop a stealth burner on there and see what happens. I am missing a couple of the internal bits to make the stealth burner work because I'm going to go Clockwork 2. I think this has the orbiter on it now. Whatever. I'm just going stock. Like I said, everything's printed. I ordered some gears. I did order a new hot end. I think this has, I don't know what hot end this has on it. Something from Triangle Labs. I'm not feeling it. I'm going Revo Voron on a stealth burner, Clockwork 2, going all stock. The fun thing is this is a good time for Miss Filament Factory to jump in, put her skills to work. It's going to be fun. She's going to love it. I know it. So keep an eye out for the next chapter of the Trident series. Thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. We're not doing that. I hope this video helped you avoid doing some actual work today for a little while. You're welcome. Oh, if you see another video from me, That means I survived the surgery.